We've heard that the CW had no plans to renew Batwoman or Legends of Tomorrow since the official writers' room accounts were on social media begging fans to tweet about how much they love these shows. And even though a few 100,000 people watched Batwoman, it's still one of the worst rated shows the CW has. But now it has officially been confirmed that the CW will no longer be moving forward with another season of Batwoman or the Legends of Tomorrow, and these shows are dead. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So I wanted to start off with this Bounding into Comics article. It says, after collapsing ratings and a failed fan campaign, the CW scraps woke Batwoman show. I personally never liked Batwoman. At first, I tried to give it a chance. I tried to give all new shows a chance, especially when they tie into other series that I like. I've liked The Flash, I've liked Arrow. I haven't hated the Arrowverse altogether. Unfortunately, though, Batwoman never gave me any entertainment. I never liked the actors, the actresses, the story. It just overall was very mediocre, and I'm not surprised to see it be officially canceled now. It says the CW has finally scrapped their woke Batwoman show after the show's ratings and viewership consistently declined. Season 3 posted an all-time viewership low with only 372,000 people tuning in for the 5th episode of the show. Its ratings in the 18 to 49 demographic also dropped to a 0.07 multiple times in the show's 3rd season, including the show's final episode, and usually finales are what people like the most. They like the first episode the most, and they like the last to the second to last episodes because, of course, you're starting the story and then you're wrapping it up, and people usually at the end get very excited about the next season and seeing where these characters are going to go and who wins and who loses. But no one really stuck with Batwoman. No one really fell in love with it seems. Of course, it says, according to the TV series finale website, the show's final season had an average rating of 0.09 in the 18 to 49 demographic and an average viewership of 458,000. That's not even 500,000 people, and I'm not saying that almost 500,000 viewers is like nothing for viewership, but when you look at the other shows, some of them consistently held millions of viewers. If you look at The Flash and the Arrows, their first seasons held 3 to 4 million people an episode, and this show never even broke those kinds of numbers. This show started as a fail and ended as a fail. It says the show's cancellation also comes after the Batwoman writers' room encouraged fans of the show to try and save it with a renewed Batwoman campaign on Twitter. If you know your show is popular with certain people, yeah, I don't think that it's bad to make some tweets and say, hey, listen, right now we're not planning another season, but if you're enjoying it, make some tweets, make some posts, show your favorite moments from the show. Unfortunately for these people, though, while now they're out of a job, it's not very surprising to see that the CW has officially scrapped this show. And they also didn't just scrap Batwoman, they also decided to scrap Legends of Tomorrow. It says Legends of Tomorrow has been canceled after 7 seasons. And this is actually a show I watched for the first couple of seasons. I liked and watched up until like season 3/4. That's kind of where it lost me. I didn't mind the idea of it at first. It did always feel like one of those shows that they'd put out a season in between their large launches if they needed extra time, or if they, of course, wanted more time in between seasons to kind of draw content out. It, to me, was never something that I was in love with, that I was invested in, and I'm honestly a bit shocked it got to 7 seasons. I thought this was a series that would only ever get to like 4 or 5 seasons. There are some people that are disappointed about this, obviously, because there are reoccurring characters here. There's a lot of names that people like to see. This is a bit more disappointing to me, but 7 seasons is a lot, especially for a CW show. I mean, there's only a couple of other CW shows like The Flash that have more seasons. Also, Arrow is done now, but that had more seasons. So overall, yes, there are more people on social media who are disappointed with Legends of Tomorrow being canceled, but even Legends of Tomorrow fans are saying, okay, I really didn't think it was going to go on for that many seasons, but everyone's just kind of laughing at Batwoman getting canceled. And on the official Discussing Films Twitter thread talking about Batwoman being canceled, there's just a lot of people memeing. There don't seem to be a lot of people here that are genuinely upset about the show being canceled. People are saying things like, and nothing of value was lost. Discovery already making progress. Let's go. People showing images saying now cancel Legends next. Well, it did get canceled, I think about an hour after they announced Batwoman got canceled. It seems like they definitely are looking at these shows going, there's nothing to hold on to here. Never seen this show, but this alone tells me, yeah, it's a CW show waiting to get canceled next. Again, there was nothing about Batwoman that was good. The costumes didn't look amazing. The actors were not amazing. The stories were not amazing. Of course, it was very woke. There were lots of narratives and storylines pushed in your face that nobody really cared about. It just overall never seemed like it was going to go anywhere, and it never did go anywhere. If we go on over to Rotten Tomatoes, I mean, even Legends of Tomorrow didn't start with perfect scores. It started with a 65% critic score and a 62% audience. And as the seasons went on, it did go up quite a bit, 88% to a 77%. That's not terrible. I mean, almost 80% isn't bad. Another 88% critic, a 71% audience. But once we hit the 6th season, while yes, the critic score says 100%, there are only 7 critic ratings here, but the user score was around a 67%, so it definitely did go back down. But Batwoman never really had good audience scores. They always had good critic scores. Critics loved Batwoman, ate it up, tried to promote it as much as possible because, of course, in this show was a lot of social justice and a lot of messaging and narratives shoved in the faces of consumers, but audiences completely rejected Batwoman. Season 1 is sitting at a 16% audience, and Season 2 is sitting at a 20% audience. Season 3 only just ended, and there are only a couple of ratings here, but again, a 33% audience, absolutely abysmal, and now the CW has finally put these shows out of their misery and officially canceled them. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel, and of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.